everything that we do, everything we produce, there's a strong philosophical idea behind it.
Some of these ideas I had when I was like a headbanger in Sudbury.
You have to almost ignore what other people think, and you have to believe in what you do.
For us, I think taking something of a lesser value and turning it into something that has a greater value. I think it's more the use of familiar objects is more than us taking something out of the trash and turning it into, a product. Fire extinguishers have a shelf life. They have like an expiration date on them. I think a lot of them just kind of end up sitting around collecting rust. We send them, they get tumbled, they come back perfectly clean and just metal.
The form is important. So the extinguisher, like the form that's all that's about.
The shape of a fire extinguisher. It sort of calls for an intervention almost, There's such a simple idea.
Keeping things simple and elegant, it's actually quite hard to do. The design I like is distilled right down to its constituent element.
Everybody knows what a fluorescent tube light looks like, a burnt out one especially.
You see millions of these things burnt out. It's nuts, like so many of them. I thought it was funny to use burnt out light to make a shade. It's not the light source, but it's the shade for another light.
This item has got its own beauty by itself. And then when you combine it together and turn it into something useful, just giving it a better meaning. That's the beauty of the light, like most people think it's ugly.
I know the Invisible Chandelier comes from, I don't know if it's a poem or if it's a story.
Honestly, it's Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man, the dude's in this room just filled with light bulbs, but nobody sees him. So there's a bit of that, and also, again, casting light through bulbs. Because they're beautiful, like on their own, the shapes, there's so many different bulbs.
Every time you make something, there's a lot of energy that's involved in producing this product. And unless we use them again, they end up in dump site, and then new products being generated and more energy is being used. I think this day and age is all about energy, saving energy, and that's why I think Castor is great for that reason. Making something that's garbage into something useful again.